This episode of Basics with Babish is presented by The Singleton, an award-winning single malt that tastes great from the first sip. The Singleton is made for sharing and celebrating with those who are close to us. In honor of Women's History Month, Omi Hopper and I are celebrating the women in our families who have shaped us through food and beyond by recreating their beloved recipes. Let's get down to basics. Hey guys, welcome to a very special episode of Basics where I'm joined by Omi Hopper, who's currently a contestant on Gordon Ramsay's Next Level Chef. She's here today to teach me how to make mofongo. Thank you so much for coming through and showing me how to make this dish.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Can you tell me a little bit about mofongo? What is mofongo?
Mofongo is mashed green plantain, and it is traditionally known in Puerto Rico to be paired with many things. You can pair it with seafood, you can pair it with chicken, with pork, with anything you like. We're going to be pairing this with chicharrón de pollo, chicken thighs that we're going to turn into chicharrón.
How do you turn chicken? I guess I'll find out.
Ven pa' acá que te voy a enseñar.
Yes. What am I doing first?
Vamos a hacer sofrito.
Sofrito.
Making sofrito
right.
first.
So we got a whole lot of these. What are these called?
Ají dulce. This is like the base to a good sofrito. We want to take the stems off of these guys.
Okay.
And we want to cut them in half before we throw them into the food processor.
Got it. If people can't find these, because they're kind of hard to find in the States.
They are.
What can they use in its place?
It's okay to just use the red bell pepper and green bell pepper in this situation.
Okay.
So we are going to rough chop everything before throwing it into the food processor. And now we're gonna rough chop our cilantro and culantro. So you have cilantro, which everybody knows and loves, but then you've got culantro, which is cilantro's cousin.
Okay.
A little bit more pungent.
Now my audience knows that I'm one of those people where cilantro tastes like soap. But when you cook it, it's fine for me. So that's the loophole we're getting. We're making it work today. Well, ooh, yeah, that is pungent.
All right, so now we're ready to blend all of this together. So it'll be several batches, but you always want to start with your onion because your onion is going to give you the most amount of water. So it's going to help with the blending process. And you're going to close this for me because I'm not this smart. Hey! Oh, she's a beaut.
Oh, look at the color on that. Wow.
It's beautiful.
It's green, red. That's pretty much it, but still.
And now we're going to preserve this with some olive oil. You just want to kind of cover a little bit of the top and then just mix it all around and you are good to go. You've got yourself some sofrito.
So, what's next?
So we are going to take our chicken and we're going to start prepping it to cut it in half.
Now, when you say cut it in half, let me see what do you mean by that?
You want this side of the bone, you're going to cut half of the bone.
So is that to like help the flavors in the bone kind of leach out of the thing?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But also this is what's going to help the chicken to crisp up around the bone, giving us the chicharrón.
Okay. Yeah. Like a charm.
Yes. This is very oddly satisfying.
Yeah. So what are we marinating it with?
Mi sofrito fresquecito.
I should have guessed. How much?
La cantidad que tenga tu corazón. You go ahead and dump that in there. I love it. That's it. Done.
I'm following my heart, okay? My heart says that much. Okay.
Do you know how to juggle?
No.
Okay, me neither.
All right,
no.
Then people not knowing how to juggle on camera. There we are.
It's okay. Da, da, da. Ooh.
Here we go. I can't even do two. Okay. It's not even juggling. It's just throwing shit back and forth. All right, all these.
We're going to squeeze all these naranja agria.
What is naranja agria?
So it's a bitter orange, but it's an awesome marinade for meats. It almost gives you like the acidity of vinegar, but it does end up turning it sweet.
Now, these are pretty hard to find as well. So can people just use normal oranges if they...
No oranges, you could use lemon or lime. Now we need an adhesive for all of this, so we need a little bit of olive oil in there. Beautiful. Here, you do the adobo, I do the sazón.
¿Cuánto?
La cantidad que te da tu corazón.
My heart's like confused very easily.
Until the answer is to tell us to stop. That's good right there.
Okay, all right.
My ancestors are really shy. They don't really speak up.
And a little bit of oregano.
So this skin is going to become like crunchy?
Oh yes, oh
Cool.
yes. And we're missing one very important ingredient. And I know it's already in the sofrito,
What?
but we need some more garlic.
More garlic?
Yes.
In this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The amount of garlic that we're gonna use is gonna be disrespectful.
I love garlic and I've never thought, that's too much garlic. It's like, that's too cheesy. Shut up.
No, grow up. Ancestors told me to stop, that's good.
All right.
Now we mix again. I'll get my hands dirty this time. All right, now we want to let this marinate for maybe like a good 15-20 minutes. It doesn't need to sit for a long time. Ahora los plátanos. All right, let's cut el culito, the butt.
All right, how much butt am I butting?
Probably about an inch and a half. And then help yourself with the tip of the knife.
Oh, these are much harder to peel than your average nanner.
That's usually because they've been refrigerated.
So if these were fresher, they would just jump
Oh,
out
they
of their
just peel
skins.
right off.
So how are we cooking the plátanos?
So we're gonna be frying the plátanos and we're going to be kind of rough chopping them like here. What we want is for them to be small enough so that when we mash them later, they're not so hard. We're gonna fry for about 5 minutes at 350-degree oil, corn oil preferably, just because it does better. Now, to make our little mojo. Butter, vaya. And you are not gonna believe me when I tell you, but we need some more garlic.
That's gonna smell awesome.
And we need a little bit of cilantro, olive oil,
All right, and then just let
and
this.
let that get nice and fragrant. We could also chop up some onions, get these nice and translucent, and our mojo will be done.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Just butter.
just butter.
So we got deep fried plantains, deep fried chicken.
Did
topped
I
with
say
butter.
this was healthy?
No.
You know what's funny? I come from a very long line of women who live past the age of 100.
Really?
And they all cook like this. So
So how long these go for?
these are gonna be good for about 7 or 8 minutes. We want them to be nice and golden on the outside, but soft on the inside so we can mash them really well. See how they're just floating happy?
Yep.
They're ready. All right.
So dump these in here
Right.
while they're hot and just go at it.
And we want
Oh.
this beautiful
Oh.
mojo that we made
my.
to help us.
Oh my God, look at that.
Go ahead
that's gonna
and
be
mash
good.
away.
That smells so good. Oh my God.
Now, this is when most people go wrong. Whenever you're making mofongo, if you want a softer consistency, most people will add either more butter or more oil. Instead, you add a little bit of cold water.
A little bit of cold water.
That's it.
I just wanted to do. How mashed do these get?
You want like a little bit hotter than mashed potatoes. Poquito de sal, sal y pimienta se quieren casar.
I'm gonna eat some of this, so that's happening because it smells really good. I'm very hungry. I want to eat some. I think a little more salt is so good. Oh my God.
Then a little bit more salt.
What are we doing
good.
the chicken at? 350?
Yeah.
Should we
350.
start?
Yeah, we absolutely can.
Holy.
Hey! 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 Hey!
It's off, it's
Hey!
off,
Hey!
it's
Hey!
Okay. We're cool. That got rid of the excess oil. We're good now. Okay, so we forgot chicharrones.
Chicharrones.
Let's do it. How much chicharrones is going in here?
About a handful.
Bear in mind, folks at home, hand sizes can vary.
O la cantidad que te diga tu corazón.
How crunched up are these guys getting?
Really crunched up.
Really crunched up.
Let's shape our mofongo. We want to oil our bowl
Okay.
just a little bit. Para que no se te pegue. And just throw it in there.
I understood that thanks to the gesture. Cool.
That's perfect. Put that
Oh,
right here.
okay. Oh, I see.
Cover
That's
it up.
smart. That's smarter. Oh man. Ooh.
There she
Yep.
goes.
Yup.
We're gonna grab some of these and go around.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Take this beautiful
Oh
mojo,
my God.
mojito.
It's gonna add lovely color and oh.
It's also going to
God.
moisten our mofongo.
Not that it needed moistening.
Nada. So here you go.
That is gorgeous.
Mofongo con chicharrón de pollo.
Beautiful. So we've got deep fried plantanos. We've got pork skin, we got chicken skin. Everything's been marinated. There's a ton of butter. There's so much garlic that it's insane. And all the cilantro in here has been cooked. So I can consume it without regret. So let's eat it. I'm really, really hungry.
Con mucho, 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 mucho amor. Let's see the crunch in this. That's good crunch.
That's
Chicharrón.
chicharrón-ified.
We need a good drink with this.
We could use a good drink with this. I wonder where we'll get one.
I wonder.
Be right back.
All right, so now we're gonna whip up a cocktail inspired by my Aunt Donna, one of her favorites, a classic Manhattan. This starts with 2 ounces of the Singleton single malt Scotch whiskey, 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, 4 to 6 dashes of black walnut bitters, and a splash of maraschino cherry syrup, poured over ice and stirred until nice and frosty, and strained into a coupe glass with a skewered maraschino cherry over top. The black walnut bitters in this drink complement the Singleton's notes of brown sugar, cooked apples, and toffee, a great option to make for your friends and family.
Cocktails.
Wepa.
Here
Now
we
we're
go.
at the beach.
Now, this is a cocktail inspired by my aunt, who's badass, and she loves Manhattan. So this is a Singleton Manhattan. Cheers.
Salud.
Oh, I love Manhattans.
Ooh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
And I love Mofongo. Check out Omi on season 2 of Next Level Chef. Check out her Instagram. I'm gonna put it on the screen right here, but it's Cooking con Omi. Thank you so much for coming through and showing me how to make the mofongo. That was a lot of fun. And
Thank you.
cheers. Salud.
Salud.
Thanks again to the Singleton Single Malt Scotch Whiskey for partnering with me on this episode. The Singleton is light, slightly sweet, and versatile. It's very mixable and best enjoyed in a signature cocktail like this one. Because of its incredibly smooth taste, the Singleton 12 is also great to pair with easygoing shareable dishes, including Omi's delicious mofongo recipe. To get a bottle for yourself, head to the link in the video description.